Call the finance committee meeting to order. I'll turn it over to Ms. Myers.
Y'all, your agenda is in your binders. We will start off with item number 1. It is a motion to approve the purchase of a steel roller for $7,500 to be paid out of special revenue. So Ben, tell me what we are purchasing this for.
As part of the government, we're allowed to participate in the federal surplus program. And for our little pilot project, we did our test. We did on SS Road. And in lieu of renting one, we capitalized on the ability to utilize this roller. We can utilize it for 30 days. This particular roller is a $50,000 roller. It only had 64 hours on it, so it was. By the time we'd rent one, it would cost $1,000 or $2,000, and if we use it again, we would basically be spending that money. So they happen to have one on the yard, and we took it. It's a really good machine, so we'd like to keep it and purchase it.
So it's a $50,000 roller that we're purchasing for $7,500. So basically, it's a cost savings of $42,500 to us without.
It's not brand new. It's a couple years old. It has 64 hours on it, but it's
Something like that.
I think it's a cat diesel. It's a Caterpillar roller. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's a great purchase, because they are expensive.
It has little to no 64 hours. Is nothing.
And to rent them, they're high.
I like these.
Yeah.
Yeah, we purchased a Heister for $4,500. All that we had to buy was the Clarkson. Clarkson and their vendor gave us a hell of a deal on the parts for it. So
And Ben, did you have to get bids on that since it's under?
No, it's under 30,000.
So do I have a motion to approve?
Motion.
Wayne. Okay. Do I have a second?
second,
Okay. Have a second. All in favor? Thank y'all. Okay, number 2, it is a motion to discuss a quote from Calcasieu Mechanical Contractors Incorporated in the amount of $56,928 for the installation of a 20-ton HVAC package unit at the William Broussard Event Center to be paid out of the general fund. So did something go? Are we replacing something? Did something go wrong?
So I think this is just kind of the start of the conversation. I wouldn't expect y'all to make any motion today, but there is an older unit at the multipurpose building, and if it would go down, it could cause the building to be inoperable. The other unit couldn't keep up. There's two units out there. What CME is wanting to do is proactively change it out in lieu of letting it go out, because it would take probably months to get a new one in. So we have another quote for a 15-ton. It's not much cheaper. It's slightly less. There would be like an additional $5,000 worth of electrical work to get power to that unit. They would build a duct, like a spreader bar. So there's a couple components and stuff to this, but wanted the finance to be aware of what the kind of the background costs would be. Definitely would want Fairgrounds to approve the layout and what it would look like inside the multipurpose building. But so I don't expect no action today. That we're not at the the air conditioner's running fine, but sooner or later I think we're gonna have to install it.
Did they give us any kind of a timeline on how much life is left in it if they're recommending we change it now? Like, is it going to die tomorrow, or is it going to die 6 months from now?
They didn't give us that, but
I've been having one that's been dying for years, at least 10.
yeah.
But
You don't.
if it
My
if
AC
it
unit, my
dies
house, they
on
told me
you,
was
you
dying
can,
3 years ago. It's still.
you can survive.
Well, I know in the past, when
no,
I was
no.
chairman, and I've had issues, people calling me, telling me that we
have
were
to-
having issues with it before.
Yeah.
If y'all remember right, we had a reimbursement on the wedding because the air
I know.
conditioning was
Yeah.
So, what's our timeline if it goes out to get a new one? Like,
once.
you see, but
Probably a month or so. So it would.
and the building can't be cooled with the one other unit.
No.
Did we get multiple bids on a 20-ton package, or that's just on it once?
No, that's just one, and that's something else we could do is,
Yeah,
I
let's
mean,
get
we
some
have a
bids.
maintenance contract with
agree.
them, so it'd be ideal to get it through them, but
Right.
definitely could,
Ben, why don't we
I
do
don't have a
that?
problem getting with them.
Why don't we get some more quotes on it? And see what those other quotes are? And we can discuss it again next month at finance. Are y'all all okay with that?
Yes.
I would recommend that the quotes be for the identical unit though. Don't, you
Yeah.
know, whatever.
yeah.
Whatever brand.
They gave us a quote for a 15 and 20, so we could get the other company to quote a 15
Yeah.
and 20.
Okay. We'll put on next month's agenda. Alright.
Because this one shows with gas, heat would supply and return air dirt.
And Ben, we're gonna have to have some additional electrical work, you said, to
Yes,
accommodate this unit, around $6,000.
5,000, yeah.
Okay. Y'all, number 3 is a motion to discuss and recommend a response, yes or no, regarding Jefferson Davis Parish's participation in the funding for the Acadiana Water District for 2027, with a final decision deadline of August the 27th, 2026. You have a budget outline in your packet, and at the very end of those 4 pages, you will see our cost for that. It is population based, and they are asking Jefferson Davis Parish to pay $8,394.31. The last time this was brought up for discussion in a meeting, we had asked to go to the drainage boards to see if they would contribute to this. Did we get any answers from the drainage board, or was it brought to the drainage boards?
I didn't discuss this with any of the drainage boards.
Okay. So,
The, so basically the, kind of recap, this initiative was put together initially by a grant that ran this organization, and then that grant either ran out or was not renewed, and so they're trying to fund this organization just by member participation. And we're in 2 watershed districts, so there's another watershed district that we participate in. But when it comes to grants, not that the parish wouldn't, not that the police jury wouldn't benefit, but ultimately these grants would probably be geared towards laterals and stuff controlled by the drainage district, and that's why I thought their financial support would be beneficial.
See Calcasieu, it's only a 40.
Those things where we,
Right. No,
have
that's
better
right.
chances of getting grants if we're part of it.
Yes, for drainage,
Yeah,
not our road ditches, but like
the grant might already look
drainage,
at it.
yeah, stuff.
Yeah, and if you look at what we're paying compared to some of the other parishes that are in there,
have we received any monetary benefit from this watershed district before?
No. I mean, it's you would have to have a very actively involved and willing participating drainage district or districts to get the grants. So, I mean, that would be that would be a component to get a grant. You'd have to have those drainage districts that are relative to the application, to support, to sign off, to all those things, provide information. So
are they even aware of it? Did they have an opportunity to go after grants on this?
Not that I'm aware of.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing we need to get to them, but you notice they're also doing community rating system. They're trying to get that back in place for the National Flood Insurance. I mean, that's something that all of our homeowners that are in a flood zone need help with, so.
Why don't we get, with all the drainage board, if they want to participate, we'll make a decision that if they don't want to participate, we can look at it again and we want it to go 100% or not.
Yeah, we have another meeting because they don't need an answer till August.
And we got a month left.
So this is I mean, if the jury intends to participate, then they'll also get a representation. So you have to appoint someone to be on this board or whatever.
Okay.
Okay.
So we'll ask all the drainage boards if they want to participate. We'll
Yep.
get an answer and we'll bring it back to a vote at next month's meeting. Everybody okay with that?
Yes.
Okay.
Financially participate. So financially participate.
For that, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that benefits them, so some of their budget is.
Yeah, there are some that can, there are some that can't. You are correct, Bill. So we'll see what kind of response we get from them. Okay. Anybody have any more discussion on that? Okay, number 4, the motion to discuss the purchase of an all-American disc with hydraulic swing kit from Diamond in the amount of $11,934 to be paid out of special revenue for removing ridges on gravel roads. So what are we currently doing about ridges?
I'll let the minutes show that I'm recusing myself from discussion and voting on that matter.
This is just an attachment. Prior discussion at the meeting, we're going to surplus some tractors, but we will have at least one additional tractor. This is an attachment that goes on the side of the tractor that when the over time grading the gravel, there's ridges that form, and this particular attachment is built specifically for that. It pulls that ridge back towards the road to help the water drain off the road into the roadside ditch. It is not an absolute necessity, but it would be something that would, if we were utilized, would not require the use of the motor patrols.
Yeah, that's Diamond.
I'm gonna recuse myself from
Okay.
discussion as well.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna voice my opinion on that part, because I have a rural area that's, Bill's gonna vouch for this too, and probably Barn, we're probably the 3 George that's got the most gravel roads. I would love to see us purchase this, because I have a lot of roads where the water is, like Ben says, over time, the graders, they can't get into the ditch to pull that back. For an investment of, let's say, $12,000, I think it would be well worth it, in my opinion.
Mr. Bill, you agree with that? I don't have nearly the gravel roads that y'all have, but I do have some that.
We have a lot of
as well.
ridges. Yeah, you have some, because I've been
I
down
have
those.
some too. The ones
It just,
that
it
you
forms a
have.
ridge about like this, and all it does is hold water. And I think our guys go and they try to cut in a 4 or 5 foot gap to try to let the water off, but those ridges do hold the water.
The only time our motor graders can go in and take that ridge down is when it's really, really dry. With this sticks out very far beyond the tractor, so you'd probably do it most of the year with that. And it wouldn't occupy a motor grader. The motor grader could go back to grading roofs.
I make the motion that we purchase it.
We have a motion from Wayne. We have a second from Tim. All in favor? Motion approved. All right, y'all, number 5 is a motion to discuss vehicle damage to Gary Fontenot in the amount of $1,005.85 for vehicle damage claim on Ardwant Cove Road to be paid out of division funds. And if you'll see the packet, you start off with Lance's opinion on that, but let Ben give us the highlights.
According to Lance, road conditions, potholes causing flats, or if it's unknown to the parish, it's per the statute and court rulings. the parishes are not responsible. If we become aware of something and we don't fix it in a timely manner, that's when the burden kind of falls on the parish. So based just purely on Lance's verbiage, and you just have a copy in your packet. In this situation, I don't know that we're obligated to reimburse. And I did talk to the owner. I did let her know there's a possibility that we weren't going to be able to pay. Because we weren't allowed to, So
That's what I understood from Lance too, is that we were not obligated to cover it.
If you open up one, you open up.
Correct.
Then,
You cover one, you're gonna cover them all.
on Nordland Cove Road where it happened, I was there when it took place. The road seems to be real flat and real good. And, most areas, there are some little potholes here and there. But the dangerous part is it's got spiders that's running, cracked all over. And there's 2 layers of blacktop laid in there. So when he passed over it, it sucked that piece up, and I had a picture of it. It's probably about 1 foot, about 2 foot, and it busted the tire and bent the rim. So he wasn't doing anything wrong when it happened, and the road looked perfectly good when he passed over it. So I got mixed emotions about it. I guess it seemed like parish is probably not at fault, but neither is the driver, so which way do you go?
Yeah. I see a couple of your pictures were attached too, Mr. Bill. I saw that on the packet.
Yeah, we called sheriff report, and had a report made on.
Yeah, the report's attached too.
That's,
Based off of what Lance has said, I would recommend not moving forward with it. Based off of our attorney.
I'm afraid I'll have to agree with Butcher said, because if Lance said we're not aware of it, so how do we remedy this situation? Because it's not gonna stop here. I don't think it's gonna be.
If we fix one, we're gonna have to fix everybody.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. If we do this, then we set precedent. So that's gonna be the question. How do we go about doing that? So it's gonna come back up. So, yeah.
Yeah, it'll always come back up.
Yeah,
You just gotta
but
I say each time it comes up, we send it to our legal counsel and have him tell us what to do. And I mean, he says it in there, so.
I mean, like I said, we have our legal counsel in place for a reason.
Yep.
And if that is his recommendation, it looks like it's the consensus of the group to go with Lance's recommendation. Am I correct?
I could understand if he had reported a pothole that he hit and we did nothing. And then it happens again,
Yeah.
and we did nothing, then I could understand it, that it would be us be more liable, but I kind of agree that
from what I'm getting from Mr. Bill, it looked like this was a situation which it was possibly loose asphalt, and when the guy hit it, it just popped up. So it was,
it's just laying there, you don't.
yeah, just letting it. Okay.
I mean, I think that used to happen on I-10 a lot where the thing would buckle because of the heat, big pieces pop up, so I mean.
All right. I just prefer we just.
So, number 5, our action on that is to go with our attorney's recommendation to not cover those damages, correct?
Correct. Thanks.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you want to have a motion and,
Yes, let's get a motion and a second on that.
Got a motion.
I'll second that motion.
Marcus made that motion and Tim seconded that motion. All in favor?
Hey,
We have all yeses and 1 nay. Okay. Y'all, item number 6 is a motion to discuss and take action on purchasing one M5-091 Kubota tractor at the cost of $77,775.62 to be paid out of special revenue. You see a quote in your packet. We will let Ben explain that purchase and why we would want to purchase that
And
equipment.
I'm also gonna get out of that conversation on 6 and 7
yeah, I'm gonna.
and 8.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I'm
Okay,
out.
so noted that Steve and Butch have recused themselves from a discussion on items 6, 7, and 8.
Again, back to our discussion last meeting, we're surplusing 10 tractors. The tractors that we have remaining, we have some decent boom mowers. We have some older tractors that we're putting the flail mowers on. Some of these tractors are a little older, and some of the hydraulics are, a little marginal. But eventually, these are just to start the replacement program of our tractors, and also be utilized for pulling our grader. And if we get another grader, that one can pull it as well. One thing about items 6 and 7, they have front loader buckets, and this is to help support loading trucks at the yards, go drive them to washouts, help spread a rock and stuff like that. So since we're surplusing some of our tractors, 10 of them, some of those are backhoes. Some of those backhoes were being utilized at the yards to help load rock, cold mix and whatnot. These tractors will help support or fill in those gaps as well. So the first one is 90 horsepower. We think that is probably the minimum horsepower that could get the job done, both with the flail mower and pulling a grader. Item number 7, it's a little bit more. It's 110, and it also has a creeper gear. And the reason why is that could be a backup tractor for more horsepower, and a slower gear could be a backup tractor, both for our tiller and for our ditcher, because it requires a low gear to operate both of those. So
And how much equipment are we surplusing?
10 pieces of equipment we're surplusing.
Okay.
Where are those going to? Win auction or Kinderbrook or somewhere?
Kinderbrook.
Kinderbrook. In my opinion, and this is my opinion only, I know the 2 tractor guys are not in this discussion, but I know when we bought the skid steer, we wanted a smaller one, but we went with the bigger, which I think was a great choice. I'd rather not do the number 6 and do number 7 is I'm not saying we have to do it today, but my opinion would be to purchase the one with the creeper gear. That way we can multiple use it for the grader / the ditcher, because I think we need some more ditch work. And I think the number 6 one is not a low geared. If you correct me if I'm right.
Yeah, number 6 is the standard gear.
Right, it goes too fast.
Well, for a ditcher or for the tiller.
Right. And
But-
I'd rather go from a 90 horse to 110 horse for what, $7,000 more, and it can multitask different deals. But that's just my opinion.
So Wayne, if you're worried about the horsepower on number 6, you could replace it with the M5-11, and it's 82,000. The reason why 7 is 84,000 is because of that lower gear. So
Yeah.
if you wanted to get 2 tractors but you're worried about the horsepower, that's the cost, and we have a quote on that as well.
Okay. I'd like to see the one with the creeper gear for sure, and I'm not saying we have to agree to buy that now. You, the finance lady, you know what we have in special revenue.
Yeah, I would prefer if we purchased 1 tractor at the moment, and I do agree with Wayne. I would prefer if we purchase number 7. Now, when we get to number 8, we can discuss number 8 as well and see if y'all would like to purchase that at the present moment. But I agree with what Wayne said. He and I had talked about this last week before I left to go to town, and we both agree we would prefer to see us purchase 1 tractor at the moment, and we would prefer number 7 over number 6. So, but it is up for discussion.
What's everybody else's opinion?
I'm not a tractor guy.
I was trying to figure out what the numbers mean, but I'm not a tractor guy either, so
Well,
I have to go with what you're saying, and I understand what I get it the way you're saying is that
right, we can multitask
this
this
first
tractor.
one is over. I mean, not overpowered, but over speed, I guess.
Right.
You can't put it low enough to be able to do the work you
The
need.
ditcher work.
Unless you have a specific need for that. I don't know. I mean, like I said, I don't know. I just think we should get what's best.
Well, I mean, I would, whatever we decide today, I mean, we can always come back to the committee and present and ask for
I think
another
that's,
one.
that's the consensus now, is to let's purchase the first one, the second one, to talk
The
about the bigger one.
the
I'm saying bigger
M5
one.
111. That
More
111.
More horsepower.
See if it, once we put it into work and see how it does, and we know for sure this has the capabilities to do what we need to do.
I've been down that road 20 years of dirt business and bought small and not what I should have bought, and I paid for it on the backside. So I'm just going from experience of, I'd rather a
So-
little more horsepower,
So that 111 is the horsepower, is that right?
right, and the low gear.
And the low gear.
That we can
And
we can
does
multitask
it
that
have-
tractor better.
Does it have the same capability as that 91, except that it just goes, it has a gear that goes slower?
Yes, well,
right?
it'll have
It is,
more
it
power.
is the exact same tractor, exact frame, exact tires, exact everything.
It just
except the
goes a
motor-
little slower.
The motor's a little different
It has
and
a-
it has a extra gear.
Okay. I said we deferred number 6 till later and move to number 7 and approve the purchase of number 7.
That number 6, did you have a specific need for that or no?
I think 7.
More to grade the roads and load.
Yeah.
The seven have a front end loader on it too.
Yes.
Okay,
I think that's the consensus.
I think that's the best option.
I think so.
I agree.
I agree with you too.
So,
Deferred number 6 till later.
taking
Postpone
no
6.
action on number 6. Number
Do
6,
we
we're
need to make
taking
a
no
motion?
action.
Mhm.
And
I'll
we're
make a
taking-
motion to not take
A
any
motion-
action on number 6.
I motion we table number 6.
Yeah, there you go, Tim. And I'll second that.
Okay, motion to table number 6 was made by Tim, seconded by Wayne. All in favor? Okay. So we have tabled number 6, on to number 7.
I'll make the motion that we purchase the, one of the M5-111 Kubota tractors with creeper gear at the cost of $84,753 paid out of special revenue.
Second.
Third.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. We will purchase number 7. Y'all, number 8 is a motion to discuss and take action on purchasing one KX057 Kubota excavator in the amount of $93,623.88 to be paid out of special revenue. So, I'll let Ben touch on this as to why we would need yet another excavator.
I recruited yourself from that.
I know Wayne and I
So-
talked about it some too, but
yeah.
we'll let
I
Ben
mean,
give us his
Yeah.
explanation, and then I know Wayne's got some discussion as well.
Without drainage, we really have no roads. So when we lose the drainage of our roads, we start to lose our roads. So there's really nothing more important, I feel like, than drainage for the roads. Currently, we have 2 excavators. We have one on lease, and we have a older model that we purchased. It has about 6,000 hours on it, so it will not last forever. We are currently changing out a lot of cross trains in house. One particular for ahead of our overlay project, and when we do that, we put one of those excavators kind of out of service digging. This Kubota excavator is a very optimal size machine. It would be way faster than a backhoe. It could do a lot of ditch digging. It is big enough to load our dump trucks. It is not quite as big as the machines that we're utilizing now. I did get a quote to get one identical to what we have now. That is a cost of $132,000, or we could lease one for $2,200 a month. Hitachi makes a excavator. It is almost identical to the John Deere. They're the ones that actually made the John Deere excavators. The only difference is it has a Yanmar engine. The problem with the Hitachi, it's around $116,000. the problem with Hitachi is they're not on state contract, so we could go out for bid and we may or may not get to Hitachi. But that's where we're at. So I mean, we need more diggers. I mean, to keep up with our ditches, we need. I mean, it's just without a doubt.
So leasing this in 5 years, we would have paid for it. I mean, it'd be bought basically at $26,000 a year in lease. So,
Yeah, it's a 5-year lease, so it'd be 125,000.
yeah.
If we lease it,
Mhm.
and this is for 5 years here for the 93, so,
That's the purchase outright.
right.
Yeah. We'd own it, we wouldn't lease it, so.
So you have 2,200
And how
tons.
long, like the one you said we own or whatever, how long have we had that one you said?
The one that we have now that we purchased.
That is ours, yeah.
We had it on. It was on a 5-year lease, and they sold it to us, and so it's probably 6 or so years old.
So we have one that we own currently and one that we lease currently.
Correct.
And this one is to purchase our second one outright.
And that would replace.
With six,
the lease,
with
right?
6,000, would it
Oh, we-
have
yeah.
6,000 hours on it? They're being used with 6,000.
The older
keep
the older
it.
one that we own has probably over 6,000.
Are we keeping the lease one or are we replacing the lease one with this one? So
No,
we're
the
gonna have
lease one
two of
probably
them
has
for-
4 years left.
on the lease.
Yeah.
So this would give us an additional one, y'all. So this would
Yeah,
give us
third.
3 total. And then at the end of the lease of the one we currently have leased, we would have to discuss whether or not we're gonna purchase it or what we would do at the end of that lease.
Now, see, on the next item is a motion to discuss dump truck options. Do we have a truck to use for that third machine, or,
No, not really.
so that's another purchase there that we're having.
Well, if it's okay, I can kind of discuss it now. We have a bed in Lake Arthur that we pulled off a truck for whatever reason. It's a good bed. Similar like we did with the rider trucks that we have now that we pull our excavators around. We can get a nice rider truck with low miles for about between 20 and 30, probably closer to 30. And we could put a wet kit on it. Well, wet kit on it for between 5 and 10. So about 40,000, we could probably put a really good truck into service for that excavator. There's a lot of roads though, however, like when we're doing cross drains, we don't need a dump truck.
Right,
And there's a lot of roads where some of the shoulder has sloughed off in the ditch. And so sometimes the digging includes just pulling
Pull the
some of that
material
ditch
back on.
dirt and reestablishing the shoulder. So, but no, we're dump trucks. We don't really have a spare to assign,
Okay.
or it would strain our fleet if we assigned one to it.
I don't have a problem with purchasing anything as long as it's, that we know that it's getting used.
That's what I was thinking. I was
I'm the
kind of
same way.
looking
I don't
at
have
you to
problems
hear
with
what
the
you gotta
purchase.
say.
If the equipment's being utilized and the work is getting done.
I'd rather us own something and
So I'm not gonna sit here and lie
Not
to
go
anybody
4
or to the
years.
public. Our ditches are probably in the worst shape I've seen them in my 15 years here, and it's not good. So
I agree with Wayne.
I don't have a problem purchasing, I promise you. It's just, let's make sure it gets used.
I think they are in the worst shape that I've seen them since I've been a juror and I'm in year 7.
So,
I mean, I don't know.
I don't know, Joe,
I don't know how long these last. I'm just
oh,
saying.
they'll last a
if-
while, as long as
If
they're
we
maintained.
purchase it, if we own it at the 4th year, 5th
I owned a
year,
Kubota. I never had the first liquor problems with the Kubota I had. I mean, it was a
What
great
I'm
machine.
saying, at the 5th year of us owning it, we can be paying to repair and update and upgrade it. You know,
Now, I got a question too on the lease. Do they maintenance it, or do we pay for the maintenance, like the oil changes and stuff? Does that come with the, okay, so we do.
The leases are the warranties and the leases are like a mixture. Sometimes we pay for there's
Right.
certain exclusions, so we,
I think that's something that we needed to know to discuss.
how you feel, Wayne?
If we need it and it's gonna get used, I don't have. a
it will
problem
get
with it.
utilized. I can guarantee that.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second that motion.
Motion by Wayne,
Will sound like a
This is
bad
for the
guy.
purchase of this Kubota excavator.
A second by Tim. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion approved. Okay,
Talk about number 9.
Yeah,
I think we talked about that just a minute ago. If we-
Well, there's
Yeah.
more.
well,
There's more.
Ben's discussion made it clear is that we're gonna have a third excavator, but we don't have a third dump truck. But there
we
is
can
something at
convert
the
that.
Lake Arthur yard that could be transversed or utilized if
if we
necessary.
can roll it over for 30, 40,000, that's cheap. That's a great price.
So basically, he wants to we're gonna basically fix something that we did have and turn it into something that can be utilized as a dump truck option to accommodate the third excavator for approximately between 30 and
30 to 40,000.
30 to 40,000. So would we like to make a motion to let him go ahead and see about doing that with a cap cost of 40 or a cap cost of 30? What's y'all's opinion?
I mean, if he thinks it's 40,
Yeah, do a cap at 40
yeah,
if
40,
possible.
try to get it under. I mean,
If, yeah,
So the reason why this is I think a good idea or a good option is because we have multiple dump trucks that we purchased, I believe, in 2010. The Internationals, and they have they have the Max Force, and it's super notorious. Google it. Anything you want to know about it is the worst, most problematic truck, and we are fighting multiple dump trucks right now, keeping them running. Some of them, when you fully load them, they don't have the power and stuff. So if this becomes a viable option, it could be a viable option for multiple trucks down the road as well. The Ryder trucks that we purchased have the IGX Cummins engine. It's a really good engine. They're really nice trucks, very reliable, no issues with them. So, if y'all agree to authorize 40,000, I'll move forward with getting that truck converted in Lake Arthur.
I move.
Tim makes that motion. Wayne seconds that motion. All in favor? Okay, motion passed. Y'all, the only other thing that I have, you have a piece of paper. Carly put it on everyone's desk. The title says DMC Partners. Last week, Carly and I participated in a conference call with Kelly, and she updated us on every pending project that she is working on. And I asked her to provide this summary to us. So you will see each project. It is divided it's divided into FEMA, FMA, HUD, the drinking water grant, total project cost, if there's a cost share to us, and where we are with those projects. So if you'll read that briefly, if you have any questions, I'll be happy to address them to Kelly. Kelly did make the statement that I think it's at the end of October. Moving forward, they are not sure if there's going to be any funding on the federal level for FEMA or GoSect. I asked her what she thought would happen, and she said she thinks there will be no funding after October 31st for either one of those entities. She's not that's not guaranteed, but that's what she has been told, and she told that to both Carly and I. FEMA or GoSect on the federal level.
If you look at I will tell you, look at your NACO brochure. This explains to, I think, I forgot how it's titled. It's a review of FEMA that was submitted to the president that requested it to different governors or to a group. And it went through the process. But what they're talking about doing, from what I'm reading, is basically just allocating X amount of dollars to the state that says, hey, this is it. You use it accordingly. So it won't be a matching thing. It's just be money dumped to the state. So they still working on it. That's what I keep reading from NACO. It's still in the planning stage. But I think, if everybody was aware,
yeah.
we were aware that this is coming down the pipe right now. That from FEMA standpoint, it's just going to give you X amount of dollars, and you have to work with it. So it's still in the planning stage, but there's a great possibility that's going. I think NACO said that they've been lobbying with a bunch of governors to work with that thing to to continue to fund FEMA, but they don't know how far it's gonna go.
That's what Kelly was explaining to us. Right now, there's no guarantees. So, but y'all will see all the different projects and where we are. She's working on all of them. She's gonna keep us up to date. I thought this was a really great summary for all the different projects we have going on. Any questions on what Kelly presented us? I know y'all, the NACO conference is coming up this month in New Orleans. I know Tim is going. I think Ben has registered as well. So,
We do have a Jeff Davis Parish booth, so
We have a couple tickets if for the Monday night event that you don't even have to register. We could assign a ticket if someone. It's in New Orleans though, but if someone.
And also think that's also was reported that during the NACO meeting in New Orleans, that's gonna be one of the hot topics that they're gonna be discussing.
that's what Kelly said as well.
Yeah, that is, if you take, like I said, the brochure that's given, NACO does stay on top of it, and they've been lobbying. So they suggested everybody that can attend it because they're gonna have, I think they're gonna have a big round table discussion on that.
and that's every county and borough and parish in the whole United States.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else that we need to discuss or needs to come before the group?
Just remind y'all, Thursday, we're having a donation from Mr. Henning. Y'all can at all make it, it would be greatly appreciated. We'd have a good showing.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Shelter.
Oh,
And there's a ribbon cutting also at the courthouse Wednesday, 3:45, just before the ordinance meeting.
Yeah. Oh, you need to. Have you gotten with Steve Gannell's office on that?
With the ribbon cutting?
Yeah.
Uh,
That's for the
courthouse renovations.
up there, right? Or no?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Brady and them were coordinating all that, but I'll
Okay.
double check.
He had no clue, so.
Okay.
Okay. Y'all, anything else that needs to come before the group today? Okay. If there's nothing else, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
so moved.
Marcus, Tim, all in favor? Yeah, we still have some stuff that needs to be signed. Thank you, guys.
Yes.